Welcome, 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 welcome. Thanks for being here tonight. We're excited to really just talk about so many things. And today is August 10th. August. I think the heat's getting to me because it's 108 degrees outside. Or I think it's cooled down to 106. But nonetheless, it's a little warm here in Dallas, Texas. I think we get the award for the warmest spot in the world. Yippee us! But see, it's just what we do. We do this every summer just to make sure that everyone who comes and visits won't stay. We just turn the heat up and everybody goes away. It works really well. Our spiffy training, we had our spiffy training this last week. Those poor ladies. They just couldn't breathe. They just were, anyway, we kept them inside, but when we went away for lunch or something they kind of had to experience our heat, and we happened to have our hottest day that we've had in 3 years yesterday. So I'm really sorry. But we had a great time at Spiffy. We really had a fun time. To all those little spiffy ladies, hello, hello. And I learned so much. I learned so much in the teaching process, and I really appreciate their honesty and their openness, and it's really nice to have that communication. So for all those who attended, thank you. For all of you watching, thank you. Tonight we're going to start with our little traditional format. We have questions and answers, and so I want to make sure that we can address those without any problem. But again, it's fun to be here. Haven't seen you in a couple weeks. Hope everything's okay. For those of you who are going back to school, gosh, it's not far away. Summer's kind of winding down. People say it's over. I can't stand it when they say it's over because it's not over. There's still a lot left. And I love summer, so I don't want it to rush at all. All right, so do we have any questions? Oh, thank you. It's my hula top. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, I love the top. It is a little wild, but I just really like it. I was going to wear it to Spiffy over the weekend, but I decided it might get caught in everything, so I decided not to. But anyway, I really like it. Thank you. All right, so if we don't have questions, I've got a couple questions I'm going to answer while we're waiting. One of them is on a French dart, and it's from France. Hello. She's sleeping at this point. It's 3 in the morning. I hope she's sleeping. I'm hoping she's not watching. But she asked about a French dart, and when she goes to, so this is a French dart right here. When she goes to make a French dart larger, you're going to increase how much you take away. So you're actually going to go on both sides of the French dart, and then because in doing that you still taper to the same point. That's not a problem. But when you do that, your side seam becomes shorter. So whatever amount you took that French dart up by, let's say if you took a 1/4 inch on this side and a 1/4 inch on this side, that would be a 1/2 inch. You're going to add a 1/2 inch to the bottom of that piece, which is the front piece, and taper to nothing at the front. So it'll look weird when it's flat, but don't worry about that. Just add whatever amount you increase the dart by, just increase it, sew it larger on both sides of the stitching line. And then whatever amount you made the side seam shorter by, add it by the bottom and taper to nothing at the front. And once it's on the body, because the center is longer, the hem will stay even. All right, that's for you, sweetie. All right, and then I've got one other question that I want to answer, and that is when we go to do a swayback. And when we go to do a swayback, and it doesn't matter how many pieces are, it doesn't matter if it's a princess seam, it doesn't matter if it's the jean jacket, it doesn't make any difference how many pieces there are. Swayback is a dart. It's a horizontal dart alteration. It's center back, and it's by definition when the center back of the body is from waist to hip is shorter than the side of the body, so it usually manifests itself in anything that goes below the waist. So that would be your jackets, your blouses sometimes because they go below the waist, pants, anything that goes from waist to hip. So you'll get a little bunchy or a little poofing of the fabric. We saw a lot of it over the weekend at Spiffy. And so if you just take a horizontal dart, you take it at center back and take it all the way to the side seam. Taper it to nothing. It's a dart, it's not a tuck. The greatest amount is at center back. It tapers to nothing at the side seam. It doesn't matter if there's 15 seams in between. You put all those tissues together and just continue it. When it goes from one to another, both of those amounts have to be the same at that point. You can't stop it any earlier than side seam, because the definition is when the center back is shorter than the side back, or than the side. So you can't stop it halfway. It won't work, and it won't fix the problem. So go all the way from center back, taper it horizontal dart, and go all the way to the side seam. The pattern will lay flat. You'll get whatever your sway back. If it so happens that is the center back you want it on a fold, you can still put it on a fold. You can put the back on a fold and the waist on a fold, and you'll correct it in between, and you'll see that sometimes it'll add a little circumference right where the sway back was. That will not affect anything. In fact, if you want to take that away, you could even take it away and scoop it out of the side seam if you wanted to. Alright? Alright. Make muslins, you guys. You need a muslin. But you don't need a muslin for everything. And not next week, but 2 weeks from now, we're going to do a webcast titled Success from the Start. And I really want to take you through a process of how to quickly have success and where to start. Success from the start. We're going to feature that. So that's in 2 weeks. So I think there's a lot of questions that I get regarding this whole starting process, and I want to get you going. Alright, question. When lengthening one of your patterns from top to dress, I curve the hem with the French curve, right? No. No. When you lengthen something, you just need to add length total. The hem should just locate the waist and then add the same amount from the waist. You do need to know where the waist is. So I'm trying to answer this quickly. If you are adding, let's say the tank top. I'm going to use the tank top as an example. The tank top has a curved hem, but it only has a curved hem for styling. If I'm going to lengthen that into a dress, then I add center front all the way down, and from what I do is measure from the waist the same amount on the side, and then the hem is straight. So the hem shouldn't be curved unless it is a style issue or unless it's a flare. So that question's kind of hard to answer without using examples of what you're lengthening and to how many inches you're lengthening. I think I just need a few more specifics on that. POM 900 looks similar to 914 Tina's jacket. How different are they? They're very similar. Tina's jacket is asymmetric, and so with asymmetric you add some pieces and some different issues, but the body itself is the same. The back, the collar, the sleeve, those type of things. Just the front pieces are center front to asymmetric. So the lapel has to change, some other things in there have to change. And Carol's jacket was first, and 914 was a little bit later. What fabrics for fall 2015? Well, to my chagrin, you're seeing a lot of scuba. Yeah, we'll do a fall forecast, but we'll do it about a month from today, or even 6 weeks from today. Fall is, I know it's here calendar-wise, but heat-wise it's not here. So we're going to put it off a little bit. I know all the stores have fall, so gosh, there's some beautiful stuff out there, but I'm going to protest kickingly, screamingly that, and it used to always bug me that they would try to do fall in July. And I get why they do it. They have to work so far. I get all that. But we're not going to do that. We're going to wait until fall to do fall, which is going to be the middle of September to October, and do fall. A lot of the sewing is quick and easy, so it's not like it's going to take you a lot of time. If you want to make blazers, you can start on that. But let's hold off on that. I want to stay with summer. I want to stay in the present as we are right now. But the scuba stuff, I don't even know if I'm going to carry that. I've found so much available, but I can't imagine personally wearing it. So I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll have to make something up and wear it and see if I can tolerate it. I just can't imagine neoprene. I say scuba because I scuba dive, so when I see that neoprene, I start laughing thinking this is what I wear under the water. Anyway, you get it. Okay.
Is 900 a boxy jacket?
900 is not a boxy jacket. In fact, the reason I created pattern 900, the jean jacket, and put it into the line was because jean jackets are extremely classic. I mean, obviously, we created the pattern some years ago. Jean jackets have been around forever. They will be around forever. They're big for fall, very big for fall. Um, and so, but every jacket I saw, and even to this day, just was straight. It was literally flat and straight. And so through those panels in the front, we have B, C, and D cup, and there's so much more flattering to have some shaping to that jean jacket. It just makes a big difference. So that's why I did the pattern initially, was simply because I felt like we had a better product to offer in doing the jean jacket.
Boiled wool,
Boiled wool should be reversible. So I would look for patterns that will really show that off. And anytime I go into a boiled wool, I want to show, because boiled wool is not inexpensive for the most part, I want to play up to the fabric and kind of show off the fabric a little bit. So patterns would be 1750 would be a great one. 1819 would be a really good one. These are patterns that show both sides. If it's a boiled wool knit, by chance, maybe is it a knit? You could do 85, a wrap that shows both. You could do 95, which would be really pretty. Just kind of make notes of these, and then you can look back to them later. Again, if it's a knit, you could do 211, would be really pretty. Please explain how you make the hem equal from the floor. Well, I don't even consider the floor when I'm doing a hem. I consider the body. We talked about this a lot at Spiffy this week. The hem has nothing to do with the hem. The hem has everything to do with what's supporting it. And what's supporting it is generally either the shoulders or the waist, depending on what the garment is. So if the shape of the waist is right, then the hem will hang straight. If the shape of the waist is wrong, then the hem will be crooked. And so what we've been taught over the years is to change the hem, change the hem, change the hem. And I say to you, no, don't change the hem, change the waist. The waist is wrong. So all those gadgets that, I remember my mother used to have this thing and it would puff chalk, and you'd turn around and it would make puffs. And wherever that was, that's where you would do the hem. I mean, that's just craziness, because what you should do is fix the waist and then it will hang correctly. So I'm not a parallel to the floor kind of girl. It's just not, I just don't do that. So when you're draping and once you have the pattern, then as it hangs, if it's not straight from the floor, and you can usually visually simply see it, then you adjust the waist up or down all the way around to make sure it's straight, and then you should puff the waist or chalk the waist, and then change the shape of the waist. Okay, so that will hang straight. We've had so many gimmicks over the years, it's just really kind of silly to me as I think about them. Alright, so let's get started talking about the jean jacket. I want to talk a few minutes before we even get started about the jean jacket about proportions, because right now on YouTube we put up the PBS show. It's show number 6 on the 100 series, and it's on proportions. So it was a freebie. It's a gimme. So I really felt like that was really important. I put them up. Well, I do them because I feel like they're so important. So many times people say to me, what's important? Where should I start? It's like it's all important. I don't just stand up here and talk for my health. I really do believe that it's not hard information, but there's definitely plenty of information. So right now, if you get the 100 series, which I think is kind of almost like, it's the base. It's such the solid rock foundation of everything we're doing, the draping and et cetera, et cetera. A lot of it is in here. The book, which is all about the proportions, is like a little bit more. So that's a special. It'll end on Sunday, and I'm going to really encourage you to go to YouTube and watch that on proportions. I was going to spend some time on proportions tonight, but really it's so clearly said on that show, you just need to watch it and just follow it through, and if you have any questions, let me know. Alright, so the jean jacket, again, it is big for fall. One of the reasons I wanted to do it is it's a great transition garment. It's a garment we can really wear all year round. So depending on our fabrics, but even we can use our fabrics that will transition it from spring to fall to winter, whatever. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about fabrics when we're doing a jean jacket, and then you can ask any questions you want, but I'm going to tell you that with this pattern number 900, and I have fit countless women in this particular pattern, there's simply no changes. This jacket just fits really, really well. We generally don't wear the jean jacket closed. I'm going to give you an exception to that tonight. We wear it open. So sometimes I want you to think about maybe making a size smaller, because if you wear a jacket and you fit it and then fit it to be closed and then don't wear it closed, sometimes it can look sloppy. So a lot of times I will purposely make a size down just so that it doesn't look small, but it simply hangs open, which is exactly what I wanted to do. So I kind of did a few options of both tonight. So again, I want to talk fabrics. To me, one of the first things you should have is black, and a black jean jacket. It's just like a most basic part of your wardrobe that it's silly. This is linen. There's a black linen on the site that is waxed, that is just beautifully contemporary, that would be wonderful, because I have a black linen, and then this one is a black cashmere. So one covers summer and one covers winter. This one I got kind of funny with, and on the selvage of the fabric it said cashmere, so I decided I wanted everybody to see that. So I put the selvage right in the very front of the garment just to be funny. And then there's zippers. And these seams are wonderful for trims of all kind, piping. In the back here I stuck the zipper and it's zipped up halfway, and I sewed it stuck up halfway. So this is just my sad sense of humor here coming throughout. There's some snaps. It just had fun. I just had fun with it. So they are a great format for any kind of embroidery. There's a yoke across the back, just for any kind of, if you want to make the garment itself the focal point. The reason I pulled in this whole dress to kill thing is because the jean jacket itself, if we make it out of this type of fabric, the garment becomes the focal point. If we make it out of a black linen, then it's just a great basic that we'll wear forever, and it's not the focal point. Something else becomes the focal point. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, again, go back to that webcast and watch that so you understand what I'm saying about focal point and non-focal point. All right, lately in jean jackets, we're seeing this in jean jackets, and we're also seeing this with trench coats, is we are using fabrics that are, gosh, I'm going to say from the past, eyelets. Eyelet a lot is being used, especially for summertime. Fabrics that are just shears, not shears, but fabrics that are textured in nature and yet real open weaved. So this is an eyelet. This is a white eyelet that's printed with black and tan. So I put red under there, so hopefully you can see. It's just beautiful. I mean, it's just really, really pretty. And then the other one I wanted you to see is this one I did on the mannequin a little while ago, and this is that cotton silk denim that's on the site. And it is strong, it's durable, it's beautiful, but it's just got holes all through it. So from a distance you probably see that it looks solid, but when you look close up on it, it's got holes all through it. And it's sewn just as if there were no holes. So some of the times you're going to see serging thread. I can't tell you how many women have come up to me and said, I can see your serging thread. And so what? It's a personality thing. In ready to wear you see serging thread all the time. It's just a real, it's almost like it's an age thing. So I'm going to say to you, get over it. Don't worry about it. The serging thread is fine to show. It shows all the time. I hope that doesn't hurt anybody's feelings too terribly bad. You can't get to the denim yet. You can't jump ahead of me. Wait. The eyelet? Which one? We can't go to denim yet. You can't go to denim. I got way too much to talk about on denim. I mean, I guess you can. The best weight for the denim is probably... Before I answer that, Brett, would you go on... Can you jump to the site and see what ounce this is? I think it's 6. This is mustard. This is a reversible denim. And this weight is perfect to me. I love this weight. But I wouldn't get any heavier. That's why I want him to see what weight it is. And we'll answer that. Hang on just a second. I've got so much to talk about it once we go to denim, you guys. Okay, we'll look for it and then we'll come back. But I want to go, let's go back to fabrics here for a minute. But we'll get to denim, I promise. Because they're jean jackets, I get that, okay. Alright, so it's 6 ounce. So I don't know that I'd go much heavier than 6 ounce. You might go to 8. No 10, 12. It's too heavy, alright? The denim we have online, we've got 2. We've got a stretch denim, which is fine, and we've got a reversible mustard and navy that's reversible. The one thing I would say about denim, well, I'm going to say a lot about denim. I'm off track. But anyway, is that denim is hard to find in this country. And the reason it is because all that denim is made overseas, someplace, in all the overseas places, it's made everywhere. The fabric does not come back to the U.S. And so we're short on denim. Compared to the amount of denim that's made, when you think about it, how much denim is in the store, why is denim not readily available? And it is available at your big box stores. You guys know who I'm talking about, except it's from China and the quality is extremely poor. Extremely poor. So you're not going to get a lot of stability in that denim. Oh, sorry. Better? Thank you. Sorry, you guys. Alright, so watch your quality of denim. And how can you tell? You can't. When you buy it, it'll look fine, but it just doesn't hold. It doesn't hold its shape. It doesn't hold up. Okay, so let's go back to fabrics for a minute. For those of you who have known me, you've seen a long time I have this red leather jacket. This is the red leather jean jacket. I love this jean jacket. I like it even more because it's old and it's worn and the leather is worn and I just love it. And I just love it. Nothing is better than an old jean jacket. So just be aware, leather is a great medium to make a jean jacket out of. I quilted the interim pieces. So because there's these 3 pieces on a jean jacket, there's so much that can be done with it. I know y'all can do way better than what I've done here. I just kind of wanted to tip the iceberg because there are so many creative abilities that you can do as a jean jacket. Just remember that when you do that as a jean jacket, that jean jacket becomes the focal point, or that jacket becomes the focal point. You'll tire of it more readily. Again, when we talked about clothing, there's 2 kinds of clothing. Clothing that is the base in our wardrobe, and then clothing that is decorated or highly emotional. And then highly emotional is kind of sometimes what we're drawn to, but if we have too much of that in our closet, then we feel like we have nothing to wear. So the jean jacket is great to decorate. It's great to make it all fancy and all that kind of stuff. But it's really important that we have the base that is not emotional. It's black, it's denim. We can just go in and grab it and throw it on all the time. That's important. Okay, then I want to show you the jean jacket as a blouse. So what I did here is literally I made the jean jacket a blouse. So I'm not going to wear anything under it. It couldn't be a blouse. I went up a size now to make it a little bit larger in the circumference so I would have mobility. And this is just a gorgeous silk piece we've got online. I put it with the yoga skirt that we made a couple weeks ago. Just a great combination. Instead of doing the cuff, I used the zipper as a tie. I made the sleeve just like it is, but didn't put the cuff on, and then I rolled it up a couple times and then put a little black zipper band with a button on to hold the sleeve up. So hear what I said with that, because I know you can't see some of these details. But what I did is I cut the sleeve just to the 2 pieces, no cuff, and just sewed the sleeve together. So it's a long sleeve, but then I rolled it up a couple times, and then you know how there's a lot of times they have a band that goes like 625. The sleeve from 625 is the band from 625, or the idea is what I used. And so the band goes from the outside to the inside. It holds the sleeve rolled up, and then it's secured with a button that goes through it. For the band though, I used a zipper, and just because I had leftover zipper tape. Alright, so this blouse is just beautiful. Beautiful on. It's a great look. The jean jacket can be a blouse, absolutely. And then you could leave the sleeve as it is, but it gives you a great opportunity to change up the sleeve. Alright, Then with this one, what I wanted you to see was how fun they are to do them in prints, especially in different prints. And so the stretch cotton, which is all over, we've got a whole bunch of different colors, melded in with some of our stretch cottons. They make beautiful combinations, very summery, very cool. And to me, when I'm going to do a jean jacket, if I'm going to wear it in the summertime, then sometimes I just do a little short sleeve. I'm going to show you how to do this little short sleeve. The top stitching can be so much fun. It can be so many different colors and easy and cool. Snaps up the front. These great snaps up the front. They're available out there. They make it really look professional. They don't make it look homemade. I've seen several. One day I had a jean jacket on at Spiffy. We had three of us had jean jackets on. They look great. They just really look great. When you do that sleeve, let's come back to that sleeve here for just a minute. It's a two-piece sleeve in the jean jacket, but when you do a short sleeve, you don't need a short sleeve to be two-piece. So I take the back seam, I still leave the seam in the front, which is the shorter side showing. So I take the sleeve in the back and I overlap the patterns, overlap the seam allowance, and then just cut that all as one piece. So you still have a seam, it'll be in the front, and then when you just decide how long it is and make your little cap, however long you want it to. When you decide you're going to make a cap, just measure from here to here and decide that length, and then go from here to here and then just connect the two. But I love a jean jacket with a short sleeve. I just think it's really cute. Very summery. Okay. No shoulder pad in any of them. Jean jacket to me is not about a shoulder pad. Doesn't mean you can't wear one, but the structure of a jean jacket does not have a shoulder pad. But remember, once you make it, it's yours. You can make it however you want. Alright? Okay. I think I'm going to literally leave the jean last. And I'm going to do this cape. Because I saw a little while ago a jean cape. It was made out of denim, but I really wanted to change up the fabric a little bit. So I made a jean jacket cape, is what I did. And I'm going to kind of bring this front and center. I really like this. I really like it. So what I did is I used 5 pieces from the jean jacket pattern. I used the front and back yoke, upper and under collar, and then I used the front facing. So I used those 5 pieces. So what I did is I took the blouse front, laid it on my fabric, and I cut it out just like this portion, but I went down 24 inches this way and I went out 24 inches from here. So from here I went down 24 inches straight, and from here I went out 24 inches this way. I didn't go straight out, I actually kind of curved it around. Then what I did is because it's a cape, I just connected this point to this point, just made sure that this was all around 24 so that it wouldn't come up. I at least just wanted it to be curved. So that was the front. I did exactly the same to the back. So I just took the back piece, bam, cut it out, went down 24 and went out 24, and you can see that once I left the shoulder area I kind of curved down, and then you just connect it. And by the time you go out 24 and down 24 and connect it, you'll get this kind of fullness here. It's really pretty. It's like a little swing coat is what it is. But what I really like about it is, and then the only other thing you have to do is when you're cutting the front facing, again from here to the bottom of the front facing, make that 24 so that your facing will, connect. And then I put snaps down the front. So what I like about it is it's a swing coat, but it's got a little collar on it, just like the jean jacket. It's a jean jacket. And then there's one other thing that's optional. This is a waxed linen. It's so lightweight. I love it because for here in Dallas, everything is really hot outside, but when you go inside, it's freezing. It's so cold. Everybody realized this weekend how cold it is. So to have a nice little cape like this that you can just throw on is perfect. It's really, and you can wear it into the fall. Linen goes all the way into the fall, so it's really a nice way to do that too. You could put a little button that just makes a a sleeve. It doesn't really. You don't need to. It stays really stable. I wore it and it stays really stable without it, but if you want to, if you go 5 inches in and about 7 inches up, you can put a little button or some type of little stitch right there, and that way it will hold and kind of make a little sleeve. But again, it's totally optional. You don't need to do it if you don't want. There's the little arm underneath. Just really cute. So hopefully you'll make a little jean jacket, and then once you do that, you'll make a little cape. The cape will take 2 yards. It'll take pretty much a yard for each, and then you've got to have enough for a facing. I love that. I just think it's really cute. Alright, so let's talk the rest of the time about denim and all the versatility of denim that we're going to do. Ready, ready? Alright. Denim, as I said, denim is probably one of the least expensive fabrics we have, although because of the lack of supply, we end up paying more for it. But again, because so much of it comes from China, so much of it comes out of China, sometimes we see prices that are ridiculously inexpensive, but it's just unstable. And we all know if a fabric is unstable, it's not valid, can't work with it. So just like I said, be aware of that. Maybe buy some, make something and see how it holds up, and then you can kind of test to see if it's good enough for what you do. Alright, so this is the little denim that I did, the little denim jacket. So denim jackets, to me, because they're so wonderful, they should be so versatile. So there's several things I did with this, and there's actually 3 different views that I'm going to make with this jean jacket. The first I did exactly like it. I made it sleeveless. I made this a vest because this is what's really big for fall. These sleeveless vests, I guess vests are sleeveless, so that's redundant to say that word twice, but a jean jacket vest, because you wear, it's a layer that keeps you warm and it's really stylish. So you can wear the long sleeve underneath and then just throw on the vest on top. Alright, so a couple things I want to teach you first. Number 1, the Coca-Cola thing, the whole denim and Coca-Cola thing. I get so many emails on this, so I'm going to try to make this really, really clear so that it has all the answers for you. Denim and Coca-Cola, I'm not scientifically aware of actually what chemicals and what happens. I don't know. I can't answer any of those questions. I just know that one time when I was in New York, the guy I was buying denim from, I said, it's just heavier than I want. He said, wash it in Coke. And I looked at him like I thought he was kidding, and I said, it doesn't matter what I said. Anyway, he told me that in fact Coca-Cola in the washing machine with the denim softens the denim, and the more times you do it, the more time it softens it. And I am just, honestly, I think I flew home that night and washed it that evening. I was just so anxious to try it, and it just absolutely works. It doesn't just work with denim. It works with lots of other fabrics. There's fabrics that I've, silks, all kinds of fabrics that I've done where that Coca-Cola, whatever's in it, causes a breakdown of the fibers, or what, it's wonderful to where you get it out of the dryer and it's soft and soft. So you can't do anything else other than Coca-Cola. It has to be Coca-Cola, not diet, not Coke free, not zero, Coca-Cola. I don't know how much if you're doing a top loader. I have a front loader, so 1 can in the soap dispenser, no soap, run it through short cycle, I don't care what cycle. For some reason you guys keep asking me if it's going to come out sticky. No, it doesn't, no, it doesn't. Just try it, do it, and you'll be really surprised. So what I did is I cut off 2 yards. I started with 2 yards. I washed it in my Coca-Cola. I actually washed it 3 times, and I'm in love with this denim. It's just really, really nice. And it was kind of hard and stiff, and it's in the beginning, but it just does amazing things. If you have a top loader, I don't know, but you can't overdo the Coca-Cola. Just take a quart of Coca-Cola and dump it in, but no soap. Low water levels, you want the Coca-Cola and the fabric to kind of marry one another and go from there. Alright, so that's as far as pre-treating the denim, as far as what you need to do. The next thing I want to talk about is aging the denim, which is something that we like to do, or what's really in style right now. And there's some really there is a very simple way of doing this. So I want to get some close-ups of this, because what I did is I left half the jacket brand new, like it's been washed in Coca-Cola, but brand new. I didn't do anything to it. And you can see, I mean, it's like it's brand new. And I don't think anybody wants a brand new jacket. I only left it brand new so that you all could see it and see the difference between the two sides, because then what I did on this side is I took a sander. Well, first off, I cut it, and you can cut it any way you want. Most of the cuts in denim, just be aware, are horizontal, because then the white thread is what shows, and that white thread is what will make it look like worn denim. So I just took a sander, literally an electric sander. Someone said to me years ago, if you tried sandpaper, you're going to spend 6 months with sandpaper. Get an electric sander, and just after it's made, not before it's made, just bear down on it, and you can see it just whips those white threads right out, and it makes it look, I want you to see this, because that looks, I just made that, and it really looks like it's, old. And then just again, keep washing, keep washing, keep washing, and the more sanding and the more washing, you can have a jacket that looks really old really fast. So just depending on how much you want to do that with. Okay, then what I did on this one is I went ahead and played with the back. And this is just the center back piece, and I saw this in a leather jacket a little while ago, so I thought it'd be really appropriate to do a denim. Is I took just the center piece and I cut all the way across, and I cut little strips, and again, they're just in the center. Don't cut all the way through to the seams. I actually did this after it was made, not beforehand. I mean, when I had the back together. I waited to have the back together. So you're going to cut 1/2 inch all the way across, maybe 3/8 from an inch from each of these seams, and you're going to cut it all the way down. You can see it narrows as you go down. And then you're going to use that beautiful back side of the denim. This is a kind of we call it mustard. It's a yellow color, but it's really pretty on the back side. So you can put anything underneath, but I did 3 rows. And what I'm saying is you have to have something that it stitches to keep it going the other direction. All you're doing is turning it opposite directions. So there's 1 down, 1 up, 1 down, 1 up. But you do 1 row first, then you do the opposite, and then you do the opposite again. So if this row is up, down, up, down, up, down, this row is down, up, down, up, down, up, all the way through. Put a piece of ribbon behind it, put a piece of denim strip, I don't care what you put behind it, but you're going to sew it that way. And I just start at the top, pin it here so that it stays straight. You want to keep it straight so that you're not kind of sewing all over the place. Put it underneath and just flip it as you're sewing down the way. Then go to the middle, flip it as you're sewing the opposite way, and then again the last edge. And it's really beautiful. I mean, you can actually, I don't know if you can see it or not, but you can see right through it. It's just a beautiful back. It's really pretty. So there's lots of different kind of treatments. I'm sure there's unlimited amounts of different treatments out there that you can do if you decide you want to. Alright, then what I wanted more than anything is I wanted my denim jacket to be versatile. So the first thing I did is I made a little hood for it, because so many of the jackets out there are versatile. And if you can see right here, I've got a button. I've actually got 3 buttons. I've got one there, I've got one under the collar in the front on each of the front sides. Now you can't see the one in the front because they're under the collar and the collar lays open. The only one you can see is the one at back. If you wanted to, you could hide it underneath that collar. But then I made a hood, and so my little hood is just going to button into place so that when I want a hood I can have it, and when I don't want a hood. To me, that transfers this to kind of a wintry look to a summery look. So there's just 3 little buttons, and again, because the collar opens in the front, I can't even see those buttons except when I'm looking for them to button my little hood into place. So all I did is I took a hood from another pattern, and I made the little hood to go on the denim jacket. Alright, and there I have it. I've got a hood now on the back of my denim jacket. Those cuts are 1/2 inch. Well, that's how wide. The width of the pattern and how 1/2 inch wide. Okay, now I used just for fun, because I had it available, I used the selvage along the edge of this hood. You don't have to, you could have used a million different things, but I went ahead, the selvage on this particular fabric was so pretty, I went ahead and used that selvage. Okay, then another little change is, and I get this question a lot, women are always saying to me, I want my jean jacket to be longer, I want my jean jacket to cover my rear end, yada 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 yada. So I did 2 adjustments for the bottom of the jean jacket. And I remember, I've always loved this idea, but I remember back in the day when my kids were young and they had those pants and they zippered at the knee. So if they wanted to be pants, they could zipper them off. If they wanted to be shorts, then you just zipper off the bottom, and they had a little lip that came over to hide the zipper. Alright, so based on that idea, and actually I was in Neiman's one day and I saw a long denim jacket and I just really liked it. So I went ahead and I made a bottom to this denim. So where it is, now what I did is I actually cut a skirt. So if you just take a skirt pattern that you have and you're going to cut it off. At the waist it's going to be the same as your jean jacket, obviously, and then I made mine 18 inches long. The reason I made it 18 is it's 18 inches from here to the band, and I wanted a 1-to-1 look. And again, that's why I had these proportions up, so that you would understand kind of what you wanted and what you decided it would be. You want to decide that ahead of time. So at the top of this there's a zipper. Now when I made this jean jacket, this portion right here, in the band there's a zipper. On the inside of the band there's a zipper. You can wear it as a jean jacket and you'll never see that there's a zipper in there. I mean, the snap, everything's in place, but there's a zipper there. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to take this off and I'm going to take my hood off just for a minute here. I'm going to zip on the skirt to the bottom. It takes 2 zippers to put this on. You don't have to have the whole thing zipped. Not every little section needs a zipper. In fact, if you just go from the front or almost to the front to the side, that's all you need. It will stay on without the whole thing being zipped. And so I did 2 separating zippers is what I did. And so I'm going to zip that side on. And don't zip just get the zipper started in the back and then zip them forward, because they're just a little easier to hold. This is really easy to do. I was really surprised after I got it done. I thought, gosh, maybe it might be a little fumbly. I was surprised how easy it was to do. Alright, so I've put it on at the back. I'm going to zip mine all the way forward because that's what I did with mine. And I just again used 2 separating zippers. And then I'm going to put it back on. This is adorable. Now I've got a little long vest. Pull these sleeves out. And what I did is I continued the buttons coming, or not buttons, I'm sorry, they're snaps. I continued the snaps coming all the way down. I need 5 hands here is what I need. So that you could see how it just continues all the way down. So it just becomes like almost like a jean coat now. It is a jean coat, and it's just adorable. So I've got this vest that I can really, and any of my scruffing or sanding that I want to do, or any decorative parts I can do to the bottom just to match, or I can keep it solid. I can decide whatever I want to do with that. Alright, now just to give you another little change. Any questions on that? Okay, I'm going to open this up again. I made another attachment. So this is going to be called my 3-way jean jacket. 4-way. You can wear it as a vest by itself. You can add the hood. You can add this skirt to the bottom. But the other thing I made was a peplum. Because I think I saw a jean jacket a little while ago and it had a peplum on it. And it was just as cute as can be. So I'm going to put this away, and I made a little peplum, and I'll show you the decisions I made on making the peplum. This is all it is. The zippers are actually the exact same placement as for the skirt. So I used 1 set of zippers for the skirt, and then I had to use half of a set for the other, for the peplum. So you do waste, you've got a half left over. So with this, They zip the exact same way. When you make a peplum, I actually took it out of a different pattern. I took it out of 475, but if you don't have 475, you draw a rectangle, and the rectangle is the same as the band that you sewed on the pattern of the jean jacket, and you just go from seam to seam on the back, and then you're going to slash from the bottom up to the top, and you're going to open up the bottom to make the peplum. I made my peplum 6 inches wide because that's what I style-wise decided. Remember that the jean jacket was 18, so you either want to do 1 to 1, 2 to 1, 3 to 1, something along those lines. A peplum is usually shorter, so what I did is I did 3 to 1. So that's why my peplum was 6, because my jean jacket is 18 inches in length. So I'm going to kind of zip this in place. For all of the pieces, the jean jacket and everything, I only use 2 yards. So keep in mind these little peplums, these are just 2 little small pieces. They're not a lot of pieces at all. And I think what I really liked is how easily this zips on, how easily it zips together. Part of the reason I'm showing you this, you guys, is because I have had so many ladies who want to lengthen a jean jacket. But when you lengthen a jean jacket, it's just not a jean jacket anymore, and it looks silly because the middle pieces, there's 3 pieces in the front, they converge, and they converge to the point where they leave out a piece. Now I have seen jean jackets where 1 piece was left and the jean jacket just got longer with the 2 pieces. I just didn't like the look. So I preferred this look where when you have this on, the zipper doesn't show, it's below the band, and you get this great little peplum look. And it's adorable. So when you're doing this, you can make this peplum as peplumy as you want it to. You can make it just straight to have a little addendum, but it's just really, really cute on. Okay, so there's our 4-way jean jacket. You can have it with a hood, you can have it with this longer jacket. You could make that jacket as long as you wanted to. It could go all the way to the ground and to knee, whatever you wanted. I made it long enough just where I could wear it with leggings. So basically in my mind, I would have on leggings, I would have on a long sleeve shirt, and then this denim vesty long coat type thing. And it's all beat up. All right, questions on that?
We had a question from Whitlow
Oh,
before about raglan sleeves.
about raglan sleeves? Sure, I can go back and forth. What is that?
Which patterns have raglan?
Which pattern has raglan sleeves? Boy, you're really testing my memory. Raglan would be 619, and 1600 has a raglan. 1600 is Betsy's jacket. 619 is a blouse. And then we have also a knit top that's a raglan. I want to say, what's 214? 214? 314? I think it's 314. Abby's top? I don't remember. That's a raglan, isn't it? The seam goes into the neckline. This is a raglan. This is a raglan, the one I have on. This is 619. Yeah, this is the raglan too. I said this one first off, 619, and then 314. Yeah, 314, 619, 1600. That's probably about it. We don't have a dress with a raglan sleeve. Raglan sleeves, I kind of stay away from them a little bit. It's not that I don't like, yeah, it is that I don't like them actually. I think that they are difficult to understand for the home sewer, and they are eliminating a seam. They're actually eliminating that vertical seam that holds the sleeve and the bodice together. And when you eliminate that vertical seam, 350 is also a raglan. No, it's not. Never mind. That's a kimono. But anyway, when you eliminate that seam, you are headed for trouble. So that means you're going to get gapping in through there. You're going to have extra fabric that you're not going to like. You can control that, but a lot of home sewers don't know how to control that. So I'm hesitant to give you a pattern that I know you're going to struggle with. And so I'm not crazy about raglans. just because I know how they look, especially if you're large busted. If you're large busted, raglans are, are going to be a tough go on you. I hope that's not rude. It kind of sounds rude. Is the zipper? No, I didn't put it in the seam. I literally just stitched it onto the band before I put the band on. So when I was making the jean jacket, you can't put it into the seam because the way the band is sewn on is the raw, it's like a cuff. The raw edges are folded under and you just slip it on to the bottom of the jean jacket. Before I did that, when the band was flat, I figured out which way the zipper should go and sewed the zipper to the inside of the band. And then I went ahead and constructed it just normal, and the zipper was already in place. So put the zipper on before you put the band on, and then you can make your pieces. You just got to make sure you lay it out and make sure all the zippers are going the right way. I mean, obviously not hard, but it does, you got to, don't do it at midnight because you might get your zippers going the wrong way, and then that's really frustrating. The jean jacket shorter? Yeah, just I wouldn't make it shorter than it is, to be honest, because you guys, I did not make this jean jacket long. Even if you're 5 feet, I've seen women, I mean, maybe take out a ½ inch, but don't take out a lot. And I'd probably just take it right off the bottom because, again, those panels converge. You don't need to touch the waist. You don't need to touch the bust. You don't need to do anything regarding that. Just make sure you're in the right size. If you want to wear it open, go down a size. Pick your cup sizing. If you have, someone asked a little bit earlier, if you have, I'm going to show you on one of these, a large bust. Let's say you have bigger than a D and you're making the D cup. We did a lot of this weekend over with spiffies, where the side effect of the dart is, the darts have all been moved through these panels. But let's just say if I moved a dart and the D, if you're using D cup and D wasn't the right size, then you're going to have some gapping in through the armhole. Check the angle of the shoulder, make sure that's correct, but then when you come down here, you can actually put a dart in the muslin, not in the final garment. You can put a dart that starts at the side seam and it will taper to nothing to either this seam or this seam, to the princess seams. And then, because that made the side seam shorter, you can do the same thing in the back and it will taper to this princess seam. So a two-ended dart is what I call it. It's a horizontal dart. It starts at the side seam, it goes both directions, and that will take away all the gapping at the armhole. It's a great little trick. Anytime you have a princess seam, you should be utilizing this, but you need to make a muslin. When you make your muslin, you don't need to add the sleeves. Just sew together the 3 body pieces in the front, the yoke, 3 body pieces in the back, or 2 body pieces in the back, the yoke. That's it. That's all you need for the muslin. You don't need to do the facing and the collar and the sleeve. You don't need to do all that. You're not going to have any issues with that at all. But I am going to tell you the thing fits really, really well and it looks really, really nice. So I'm really hopeful that you guys make some jean jackets. I can't wait to take this denim and just scuff it up. I really can't believe the difference between the sanding and the non-sanding. I mean, this thing really looks old. But I'm going to wash it and wash it and wash it, and I'm going to buy a case of Coke and just keep washing it until it just looks so old. I'll take it everywhere with me for the next 6 months or so you guys can see it. I was going to say I should scuff up one side but not the other side, but I don't want to do that. I want to scuff up both sides, but I'll bring the original denim with me is what I'll do. And that way you can see the difference. How's that? All right. All right, question is, considering 900 has an angular collar and lapel, would you use a floral or curvy print fabric? Yes. The jean jacket is definitely a what you call a feminine pattern. The jean jacket is. The structure, the angles, everything's square. Florals work great in jean jackets. It is definitely a conflict between fabric and pattern, and I purposely use this. These are leaves and they're soft, they're flowy, they're all over, but I don't necessarily do the whole thing in the print. You could, but break it up a little bit and that will give you, but yeah, it looks great. Part of the reason it looks great is because the pieces are so cut up that you don't see the whole print anyway. If you have a print that you like and it's a large print, go for it, because when you lay all these pieces on it, the pieces are so small that you only see the print, you don't see the size of the print. So it's really fun to play with I just love the combination of the solid and the print together. I just think I just really like it. It's really nice looking. Are we good?
Is 110 a raglan, by the way?
Is 110 a raglan? It is.
Oh, okay.
110 is a raglan, yes. Did you know that or did somebody say it?
Somebody said it.
Thank you guys for helping me out there. 110 is Kiana's top. That is a raglan. Thank you. Okay, on the back are the 1/2 cuts all the way across between the center piece. They're all the way across between the center piece. They're about 3/8 inch from that sewn edge. So not all the way. You know, they could be though. I guess it wouldn't hurt to make them. And then just make the 3 stitching lines by turning each slit. Yes, yes. You're just going to go, the first slit is just make them opposite. The second one is make them opposite but the opposite of the first one. And then the third one is make them the same as the first one but it's opposite of the middle one. How's that for confusion? Okay. All right. Cute cape. What kind of fabric is that? This is, I love this cape. I'm glad you guys, I hope you like it. This is the waxed linen.
Is that waterproof?
Is it waterproof? I don't know. I haven't tested it. I mean, when I steamed it, when I was sewing with it, the water definitely piddled, kind of, beaded. Thank you. Definitely kind of beaded up on the fabric. But it's beautiful. It's really beautiful, and it's actually not as dark as it looks online. It's a lighter linen. It's really pretty. It's very, very pretty. Wax linen, I just love it. I don't know. I can't get enough of it. Wax linen, wax denim, I think it's all so pretty. All right, so I think we are at trivia time. Is that true?
Yes.
We're at trivia time.
So just let them know that it'll be coming in the comments.
Okay, so it'll be coming in your comment box soon. So each week, or each webcast, we do a trivia question, and the reason we do that is to thank you all for watching live. We know you can watch after the fact, but we love you being here live with us, and so we give a $50 gift certificate away to anything on the Silhouette Patterns site. So if you're logged in, you have to be logged in. If you don't know how to log in, you just have to go to YouTube. YouTube has their own login requirements. But the good news is I hear they're getting less and less strict. Like, you don't need to give up near as much information anymore. So if you haven't logged in before or you feel like you want to, go back and check those login rules because they are changing all the time. Our IT guy keeps telling me that it's just changing. Everything's getting better and easier and it's wonderful. We were doing webcasts when they were hard. Now they're much easier. I guess I shouldn't be the one to say that. I'll get left here all by myself one night. All right, so you guys ready for the bonus question? I can go ahead. Okay, the question: what silhouette pattern event took place in Dallas this past weekend? What silhouette pattern event took place in Dallas this past weekend? We have a winner. We probably have a few, but we only give it to the fastest. Whoever can type those 6 letters the fastest. Okay. So we had Spiffy training this week. Oh my gosh, I just really enjoy it. I just really enjoy it. I can't say thanks enough to the ladies who attend that. They really allow me to do what I love to do best, which is teach draping and teach patterns, and we really had a wonderful time. Many of them are doing it just for themselves, just to learn for themselves, but we only do it once a year, so next August we'll do it again. I think it's something that you put on your calendar so you can kind of save up, and we'll make sure you have a good time and that you learn lots while you're here. Everybody graduated. Not one person flunked the course. Isn't that exciting? And who won? Regina, if you just want to email me, Peggy@silhouettepatterns.com, I will send you back a code, and then you can just use that code upon checkout. All right, hopefully, thanks so much for being here. We'll see you here in 2 weeks, which, if I can do my math right, is the 24th of August. And we will really look forward to seeing you. Hopefully we'll see you at ETA NY. We've got a great lineup of teachers. Come see us in New York. You're going to have a wonderful time. This Saturday, ETA California, we have a new location, the Hyatt Anaheim, Hyatt Orange County. And the reason we're going to Anaheim and to the Hyatt is you all know the problems. Some of you know the problems we had, and that hotel was horrible. In fact, the guy got fired. Shh, don't tell anybody. But anyway, so we won't go back. And we have a new home, and the Hyatt's going to been wonderful to us all these years. They'll be wonderful to us, and so we're really excited to be back there. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for being here. Happy sewing, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.